How Giraffe Got Such a Long Neck by Michael Rosen. Pictures by John Clemenson. In the beginning of the beginning, Giraffe wasn't as tall as the trees. She was more like a deer, lean and quick, and no taller than a bush. And so it was for a long, long time, until the year it didn't rain. Day after day, the sun burned bright. The grass shriveled up and turned brown. Without the rain, nothing grew. All that was left for the animals to eat were the dead tufts of grass, dry, tasteless, and dusty. Every day, the animals raced each other to find a blade of green grass or a water hole that hadn't gone dry. Soon they were falling over and dying. Only the strongest could stay alive, and even they were becoming weak and tired. The earth had turned to dust, and it swirled around them in the hot wind. One day, Giraffe met Rhino. "What are we to do, Rhino?" she asked. "Oomph," snorted Rhino. "Nothing to eat or drink," said Giraffe. "Oomph," snorted Rhino. "Nothing green, nothing juicy," said Giraffe, "except the leaves on those trees, but they're too high for us to reach." Snorted Rhino. Giraffe and Rhino walked on together. "Juicy green leaves," thought Rhino. "Too high for us to reach," thought Giraffe. "Man," said Rhino. "Man? Where? I don't see man," said Giraffe. "Help," said Rhino. "Help? Why? What's the matter?" asked Giraffe. "Man. Help," said Rhino. "Oh, I get it," said Giraffe. "I get it now. Man will help us. Let's find man. He'll help us." "Oomph," said Rhino. So Giraffe and Rhino went to find man. They walked and walked for a day. They walked and walked for a night. Finally, just before dawn, they saw man's hut in the distance. The sun was blazing again when they reached the hut. "Man, we're starving, we're dying," said Giraffe. "There's nothing for us to eat, nothing but dust." "I know," said man. "Nothing except the juicy green leaves on the trees," said Giraffe. "But they're too high for us to reach." "I know," said man. "Can you help us?" asked Giraffe. "Come back tomorrow," said man. "I need time to prepare the magic herb." "Will it help us reach the leaves on the trees?" asked Giraffe. "Tomorrow," said man. "Tomorrow," said Giraffe. Snorted Rhino. The next day at dawn, Giraffe was back at man's hut. "Where's your friend?" asked man. "I don't know," said Giraffe, "but I'm here. Do you have the magic herb that will help us reach the leaves on the trees?" "Yes," said man. "Here is enough for you and your friend." Man put down the magic herb and went back into his hut. "Where is that stupid Rhino?" thought Giraffe. But Rhino had forgotten all about Giraffe and the man and the magic herb. He was miles away at a dried-up water hole where a few tufts of green grass still grew. Snorted Rhino as he nibbled and chomped. Giraffe waited as long as she could. Then she gobbled up the magic herb, all of it, and at once she felt strange tinglings in her legs, a sharp twitching in her neck, and then dizzy, dizzy, dizzy. Her head was held way up high and her feet were way down below. And at the very same moment, Rhino suddenly remembered, "Man, help!" Giraffe looked at herself. Her legs were long, her neck was even longer, and now her head reached the juicy green leaves high in the treetops. Oh, how she nibbled! Oh, how she chomped! Meanwhile, Rhino was running as fast as his legs could carry him. Rhino arrived in a cloud of dust. "Magic?" he gasped. "I know," said man. "All gone now." Then Rhino looked up, up, up and saw Giraffe chomping on the juicy green leaves high in the treetops. Roared Rhino. He pointed his great sharp horns at man and charged. "Not my fault," said man, who ran off as fast as his legs could carry him. And so it is today that on the great African plains you can see Giraffe, the tall one, and Rhino, the grumpy one. Rhino is still cross with man for giving away the magic herb, still cross with Giraffe for eating all of it, and especially cross with himself for not remembering to be on time for the magic. Oomph.